it might not be as bad as it looks, but I don't have high hopes for what it looks like, at least.
Chase, with Martin retiring, are there any interactions or things over the years that maybe you've seen of him or interactions with him that come to mind?
No, and honestly, that's why I like him. To be honest, I wish we had more of that.
Brad said he's like the last chill guy in the Cup. Like all the young kids now aren't chill, according to Brad Keselowski. Is that how you kind of see him? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a lot of respect for Martin, and we've always gotten along well. Probably never spoke more than 20 words to each other, in my 9 years, and we don't have to. I feel like there's just always been a mutual respect there, and that's the kind of relationship I'm, all about. As it pertains to just a professional atmosphere, and somebody that shows up and keeps his head down and does his job, and seems to focus on the things that matter, and I think we can all respect and admire that.
Brad Keselowski said that you are younger than him, but you've been racing in Cup longer than him. With Truex's announcement, first of all, how does it feel to be maybe one of the most experienced drivers in the field? And then also, what does it say about the sport with another, just say, longtime series veteran retiring from full-time competition?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen over time, right? I mean, it's just the rotation of sports and life, and unfortunately, your career comes to an end at some point, and maybe it's fortunately, right? Like when you get to that point, maybe you're just excited to be getting the heck out, right? Like, and I assume, now you guys gotta talk to Martin, but I assume he's happy about what decision he's making, and I'm happy for him. He's put in the time. He's been, I don't know how many years he's been in the sport, but it's been a long freaking time. Good for him to get to go on to whatever's next in his life. I always say it all the time, though. For athletes, it's kind of odd because you retire at a young age, and at least for me, I feel like I got to do more because at 40 or upper 30s, whatever it is, where the majority of athletes retire, you can't just do nothing the rest of your life. You're halfway through, or not even, right? So you got to go find that next phase in your life, and I feel like that's a hard thing to do because all we know your whole life is this. You committed 100% into racing, and one day that's not there, and you got to have more to life than that.
And trying to replace like the competitive fire, like what can you do that's this outside of this that's going to give you that same sort of feeling, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there's definitely things. You can play recreational sports and get some of that out, right? I mean, I feel like in business, there's a lot of ways to have that competitive fire, right? If you run a business, it's about winning. To me, like the little side things that I do, like it's more about winning than it is making money to me. It's just how I'm wired. But that's just, I mean, everybody's different, right? And maybe some people don't need that. But for me, who I am, I'll most likely need that for the rest of my life.
And lastly, any thoughts on the Truex retirement announcement?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool that he's been able to make that decision for himself, right? Go out on his own terms, and he deserves that. He's a great guy, been great to race with. As everybody's kind of turned into a nightmare to race, he's like one of the guys that's stayed the cleanest. So always appreciated how he raced, and he's a great guy, and congratulations to him.
First and foremost, as someone who spent a lot of time at Junior Motorsports with Dale and Kelly, obviously that's where Truex was able to start his career, or the same people he was around too, to a certain degree. Did you have any sort of relationship with Truex over the years?
Not really, but he's just definitely well respected by everybody, right? And he's had a great career, so I'm happy for him to go out on his terms, and like I said, he's a great race car driver. I'm sure he'll be a Hall of Famer soon.
As a free agent at this point, how does him leaving impact how you view what this next few months will look like across silly season?
Well, I think that was kind of the first domino. I think that's going to fail to make sure that obviously that ride's open and kind of start the trickle down effect. So I think there's still a lot of movement coming, but like I said, that's the first move. I think it's going to open up more, start the process and get everything figured out a little sooner.
You 10 years ago, I believe this was your first your debut at Xfinity came here. What was that like? Like how different is the Josh Berry then versus the Josh Berry now?
Yeah, I mean back then, right? Like I was just trying to get an opportunity here or there, and had a couple one-off opportunities. Obviously, my first one being here, so yeah, that was a lot of. It's a good memory coming back here, definitely. But lots happened between. It's been 10 years, right? So all in all, I mean, it's still fun to come back here. But yeah, I mean, things are so different now. They feel like, and just really, thankful to be here racing. And it's been a long journey, but it's been a lot of fun.
And then the track itself, how different is the track racing just after that practice session, versus 10 years ago? Yeah,
I mean, the repave deal. I don't know how that's going to look Sunday or tomorrow. It's definitely unique for sure. I don't want to. I'm a little worried about how the race will look. I mean, really, it seemed like we were right around the bottom. If we got out of the groove a little bit, it was really slick. It looked like it widened out a little bit last night in that ARCA race. So that'll probably get better. But, I think this is a short-term fix for sure. I'm sure they're looking at this knowing that they're going to have to do something different when we come back. But I think this is a great racetrack. I think this is a great area. I think we should race here. I think we're all excited about being here for sure. I think they're just going to have to work on the track some more and get it fixed up, and then everything will be fine.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, it's Tony Donahue from Frontstretch.com. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and return to our channel for more racing content.